So I'm Flo Kinnific, and I'm living in Leamington, originally from South Wales. So my little boy, he's 6, Hugo, and he's got glycogen storage disease, and there's loads of different types. He's got 3B, which is kind of one of the rarest forms, and so we found out when he was 1, and since then, I've been really involved in the charity. I'm actually the chair of trustees at the charity now. And I've tried to combine it with my job. So I'm an academic at Loughborough University in the School of Sport and Exercise and Health Sciences. And my work has always been around the role of exercise on mental health. And so I've tried to combine it, but putting it towards this population.
Tell us a little bit about Hugo, him as a boy, away from the disease.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. He is kind of a little boy. He's not kind of just a disease. So he's 6. He's cheeky. He's pretty loud. He loves Lego. He loves kind of in his playroom. He's got a weapons box, so it's like battles and like running around.
Amazing.
He does at CrossFit Leamington, he does a CrossFit class on a Monday. So they run a kids class, which is absolutely brilliant. And he, like, just doing that, like he's amazing because of the condition. It does impact kind of your physical ability sometimes. The other day he was like, when I'm 18, can I do a competition with you, Mama? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure when you're 18 whether you'd want to be with your 50-something-year-old mother, but yeah, sure.
Tell me about how the disease affects him day to day. How does it impact Hugo and obviously yourself and your family day to day?
Yeah, so I'd never heard of it when he was diagnosed. I had no idea what it was. So it was a massive learning curve for us. So basically, he can't sustain his blood glucose. So it's a liver disease. So his liver can't release glycogen into his bloodstream. So he can't sustain his blood glucose. So he's on a really strict 24-hour food and medicine regime. And so he has to have a certain amount of carbs and protein per meal and snacks, plus like a glycoside powder that we mix with milk. And he can like drop off a cliff. Like, you've got to be really specific. So for example, his liver, it can't release the glycogen into the bloodstream, but also if he has too many carbs, it gets stuck in the liver, and that causes problems as well. And then he has glycoside and protein every few hours and through the night. So we've always had to get up during the night and feed him. Is there any
changes as he gets older?
So the disease itself will always remain, and definitely he will be able to use protein more, which will be a good thing. And this is part of kind of rare diseases. There's just not much money that goes into the research around cures, and like, clinical trials have had to be stopped because of the research being cut. At the beginning, it was a bit of like, how's this going to work? This is a bit of grief, kind of expectations, I think, of the future. But he does CrossFit with me, so we've kind of worked through it in a way. But yeah, we went to the American GSD conference this year, and I took Hugo with me because it's so rare. Like, we don't know many other people with it. And so there he was able to meet other children who were taking their medicine at the same time, and like everyone was doing the same and talking about the type of GSD that they had. And I remember we went back into the hotel room, and he came in and he was just going, GSD. And I was like, what a lad. Like, that's so lovely.
Yeah.
And this is what the charity does. It kind of connects people, and it supports, and it's that like lived experience, isn't it, that you can share. His liver has already started showing signs of scarring, and he's 6, but it is inevitable.
GSD UK. Can you tell me a bit about them and what they've been able to do for you?
It's a small charity with a small kind of group of people. They support families, basically. They support families in terms of getting benefits. They run a conference every year. They kind of summarize all the latest research to be able to make that more accessible to the community. I remember the call I had with Elsa, who is one of the other trustees. when Hugo, we were in hospital when he was first diagnosed for about 8 weeks, when they were trying to find out what was going on and stabilize him. And that phone call where she just offered a bit of hope, basically, I will never forget that conversation. They really sort of support the community, and the team, they just go above and beyond.
Talk me through, did you approach the box? Did the box say to you, how can we help? How did this event kind of come?
The box has always been really supportive. I mean, just there's such a family orientated box, CrossFit Leamington, and this is why, like, I've been able to take Hugo with me, and he's been able to sit, and there's always kind of children being involved. So I went to Sot, the owner, to say I'd like to do a fundraiser. I want to do something hard, something that's actually going to get interest. And because CrossFit, for me, in terms of kind of coping, you go into a session, you can feel however you're feeling on that day. You come out and you're just like, I can do this. I can I can keep going. I can do this. And CrossFit Leamington has been like my scaffolding, I think, for the last few years in terms of that kind of thing. So I wanted to include it. Hugo loves CrossFit. He loves going to the gym. And then so Sot was like, yeah, absolutely. And so the coaches have worked in terms of putting the WODs together. And we've got kind of a team of us who are doing the 24 hours, all of it. And then other people who can't, for whatever reason, can drop in.
The actual event itself's on January the 31st.
Yeah, so we'll be starting at midday, number one, at midday on Saturday the 31st. So we've got a Just Giving page where you can search Hugo's WOD Squad and then donate, which is amazing. Leamington are going to sponsor us and also provides kind of free treatments. So anything like that, any sponsors, we're going to get some t-shirts done. So if anyone wants their logo on the t-shirt and then to sponsor us and donate some money, that would be amazing as well. And just sharing, getting more awareness of the disease as well is really important.
Thank you so much for coming on and sharing that. You hear people like yourself and Hugo that are full of smiles, full of energy, even though, and it's, people will be really proud of you, everyone around you. And I guess that's what the gym is trying to tell you in its own way. They're super proud of you and what you do for Hugo, and then doing what they can. So we as a community in the UK can, and further afield, we'll get right behind it and we'll do everything that we can. Should be really proud. Everyone that sees that page and Hugo's little smile. Bless him. He's a lovely lad. Thank you, Flo, and send my love to Hugo.
I will. Thank you.